The surrogate daddy. I lived with my husband for 10 years without a child. It was a tough time for both of us. People gossiped, our friends included. But my in laws were the real thorn in my flesh. Through it all, my husband remained a nearly perfect man. He always handled the situation with maturity and calmness. I, on the other hand, I cried often, both at home and at work. One day, during a break at work, I confided in a colleague of mine. She was a matured woman, close to retirement, and we were close. I often shared my pain with her, and her advice had always been helpful. That day, I poured out my heart again. She listened, visibly saddened, and then began to share stories of women who had faced similar issues. Finally, she suggested a herbalist remedy. I have tried that too, ma. I cried out in frustration. I know, my dear, she said, gently holding my hands and looking at me like a mother comforting her child. You have tried many options, but where I will take you might make a difference. I agreed to give it a try. That evening, over dinner, I told my husband about it. I will go anywhere to find a solution, he said, with a reassuring smile. On the appointment day, we picked up Mrs. Ajayi, my colleague, and headed to the herbal clinic. It was quite a distance away. Surprisingly, the place didn't look local at all. Doctors and nurses in clinical uniforms moved around the neat environment. We sat in the reception area until the herbal doctor approached us. You are welcome, Mrs. Ajayi. It's been a while. How have you been? He greeted warmly. I am fine, preparing for retirement soon, she replied. Oh, may you retire well, ma. We will all celebrate with you, he said. So, what brings you here today, ma? I brought my friends. They need your help, she said, motioning towards us. The doctor turned to us. What seemed to be the problem? I told him our story in full. He listened intently, nodding with understanding and sympathy. Then he said, Don't worry, madam. There is a solution. I felt a sense of relief. He led us into his inner office and brought out his tools. We watched him work silently, but when he was done, his expression turned serious. Madam, you will have your own child, he began. But you won't be the one to carry the pregnancy. Ah, I explained. How is that possible? Calm down, madam. Let me explain, he said. You will need a surrogate. I looked at my husband helplessly. I had no family. I was raised in an orphanage. Who will be willing to help me? Then the herbal doctor said something shocking. Your husband will be your surrogate. What? What kind of solution is this? I cried, staring at my husband and Mrs. Ajayi. I have never seen a man get pregnant before. How will society accept this? This is unheard of. I stood to leave, but my husband gently held my hand and asked me to sit. I know this is strange, he said, but it seemed to be our only option. Let's give it a try. The doctor asked us to go home and think it over. For a week, we debated and prayed over the matter. Eventually, we returned to the herbal clinic, this time without Mrs. Ajayi. We are ready, sir, my husband said firmly. Good, the doctor replied. If I give you a concussion, make sure you drink it for 3 days, each time you mate with your wife. We thanked him and left. We followed the instruction exactly, and soon the unbelievable happened. My husband was pregnant. This isn't funny, please. To avoid gossip and shame, we relocated to the herbal clinic until the baby was born. I supported my husband through everything. I pampered him and stayed by his side without fail. Eventually, he gave birth to a baby boy via a cesarean section. "You are a good and strong man," the doctor told him. "Not many men can do this for their wives." "Madam, you have a wonderful husband. Treat him like a god." "I will, sir. Thank you," I replied with a broad smile. When we were strong enough to return home, I disguised myself as a woman who just delivered a baby. People came to visit us with gifts, even my in-laws, but we told them we were fine and didn't need anyone to do omugwo for us. My husband and I took care of the baby ourselves. We continued to visit the herbal home for postnatal treatment. Our son grew up healthy and happy. We girded our society closely. Sadly, Mrs. Ajayi passed away before she could retire after a brief illness. It was a painful loss. She was our son's godmother, but we were grateful she had kept our secret. Hope you enjoyed the stories. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more interesting stories.